Hola chicos, ¿cómo estáis? Estamos aquí en Rothenburg, Jordi y yo, y hoy tenemos con nosotros a Ricardo Teixeira, que es el vicepresidente de la ETCMA, una asociación de asociaciones de medicina china por toda Europa que está luchando por nuestra profesión. Y hoy lo tenemos a él aquí para que nos explique un poco la situación y analizar un poco también la situación que tenemos en España y el futuro de nuestra profesión. So, Ricardo, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure for us to have you here. And I wanted to start asking you about the current state of the profession in Europe and what do you see in the future?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me here. And by looking at the future of our profession in Europe, it's I can say that sometimes there's opportunity when there's changings. And the problem with Europe is that every country has a different point of view to acupuncture. Yeah. But we all, this is a small community, we try to work together, we try to push together. So what we are trying to say and do is try to collect all of the information across Europe and see what is the model that we can help to implement. I see a good future to our profession. It's a profession that it's bringing more to the population. And during this time in Rothenburg, we saw a lot of inputs about what is the value of our profession. And I think that's a very important point that we should have, is that it's not only a technique. It's more than just a technique. And that's something that we need to preserve. And the vision of ETCMA is to have TCM or acupuncture fully integrated in the national systems of health in Europe. And that is our vision and that is our mission as ETCMA.
Yeah, so we get full recognition.
Exactly.
And protect our protection, right?
Yeah, that's one of the issues that we are facing now, is the number of practitioners that are using acupuncture, the other health practitioners. So we are seeing physiotherapists, nurses, all kinds of health practitioners using acupuncture. ETCMA is not against them using acupuncture. What we want is safety. What we want is education. What we want is that we create some kind of guideline, some kind of curriculum where we can say that all of us are working the same level and we are working for the same goal. It's not nice for us to discuss about what is acupuncture, what is dry needle, what is, when we are not focusing on the real thing, that is safety of the patient, having enough or collecting enough education standards for us to be okay with the things that we are doing. And acupuncture is not something that you learn in a weekend. It's not something that you learn in a book. It's something that requires years and requires also soul. That's, I think, is the thing in our medicine, is we have soul when we work.
Yeah, the other day we were talking about beyond the business aspect of it. It's almost like a lifestyle, right? You have to spend all your life.
There was a teacher of mine that says that when you finish acupuncture, your course of acupuncture, you can go with two ways. One of them is a lifestyle, and you can do whatever you want. You can put let a mustache grow like a Chinese. You can use incense in your clinic. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. It's a lifestyle. Or you take this as a profession. And when you take this as a profession, you put a scrub, you have a clinic, you pay your taxes, you make this as a business because it's a business. And also, it's an added value for the population. So this is the two ways that you can go after you finish a course. Morning.
We're in the middle of the Congress, so this is completely normal.
The president of the French Society of Acupuncture.
Yes, I met him yesterday. Well, anyway, also, I wanted to ask you, because you were talking about the inputs we received yesterday. I wanted to talk to you about Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And something I always explain to my students. I know this is a European issue. Schools are having trouble getting bigger and getting more students. We are working a lot. We don't have that problem. But what I always repeat to my students is our consultations every year have more and more and more people coming because they really need help, and TCM really helps them. Chinese medicine is just amazing. So I would like you to talk about this and specifically for Spain. What are your thoughts?
Okay, specific for Spain. First of all, when we talk about that Spain is a very different place compared to some of places in Europe. It's not the worst place. I can tell you that Italy is much worse, but it requires an attention for the practitioners in Spain, and that means that it's important for you to grow, to have a good education, to have a good system that supports you. And that means that you have to have a good school. And after you leave the school, you need to have some kind of connection with the society, with some group that can give you support. Because this can be a very individual medicine, but we need to work collective. So this means that we need to have the support of a good teachers, good schools, good programs, good core curriculums, that create the basis for you to learn acupuncture and for you to apply acupuncture. Then you need to have a good basis of support for you to continue in the world of acupuncture. We are seeing that acupuncture is the alternative medicine or complementary medicine or technique of complementary medicine that more people are looking for. And because they are looking for it, it's not because it doesn't work. They are looking at it because it works. And we are seeing that there's an increased number of people that have or that are doing acupuncture from other health professions. And they are not doing that just because they want to learn a hobby. They are doing it because they know that there's results. They know that if they add that to their arsenal, if they don't have results like this, they will use acupuncture to have results. I had a teacher that says, if it's not working, the fault is not from the acupuncture, it's from the acupuncturist.
Always.
So sometimes we just need to find a solution that is not in front of us. But acupuncture and TCM have always an answer to something. It cannot be the answer that you want. It cannot be the answer that takes all of your pain, all of your disease, but can help you cope with the situation in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think acupuncture is a lonely profession. Is because when you finish your studies, you feel alone, you feel insecure, and having that umbrella and that community around you is the thing that will help you thrive, right? Especially in a country like ours, which with no regulation, we have been in a really tough situations recently in the country, and sometimes I feel like practitioners in Spain feel like lonely, and it's a really difficult situation.
I heard some stories that were very that there was a lot of red flags. So, for instance, I heard the story that they were looking at Facebook pages of acupuncturists in order to make them, or going there to see what they are doing.
Yep.
So, like I said, for me, it's I think that to be an acupuncturist in Spain, you need to be with great huevos.
Yes, to have kidneys in Chinese, right?
For you to achieve, or for you to get to that phase.
Yep.
And an acupuncture in Spain should focus on doing a little bit more in terms of being part of societies, being involved in the community. And I agree with you. Sometimes we become overwhelmed after leaving the school. So that's why I also believe that we should have continuous education. Mm-hmm. So you don't stop learning, you don't stop having this. There's in the BXC, they have every month they have like a special meeting in different areas of Britain, where acupuncturists can come together and discuss cases.
Yes.
There was in the Irish, they were a few years ago, they had like they met in a pub to discuss cases.
Obviously. Yeah.
So
we can do that instead. Yeah.
There's a community, and that's the thing with our profession.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the practitioner of today, of now, sometimes it's a practitioner that has a second life. It's someone that was an engineer in the past, it was an attorney, and then something happened that said they need to change it.
That's what happened to me. Yeah.
So this mean that you try to find your place in not only about the society but in yourself. That's why we try to to look for this kind of profession. So I agree, it's a very individual process, but we require to have this collective approach.
Yeah. And I would like to end this in a more optimistic way, right? Like, what future do you see beyond all the legal problems and the community problems and blah, 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 blah?
What I see is that we need to continue to work in order to... There's a Mexican saying that represents a little bit of what ETCMA represents. It says, the fathers and mothers give you limits, your grandfather gives you horizons. So the societies itself give you limits, the country will give you limits, and ETCMA and the people that are working here are giving you horizons. Yeah. And what we can say is open your wings, because it's going to be beautiful in the end. But for you to achieve that, is like, you cannot win the 24 hours a month with a small car, or you need to have structure. So this is the thing that we want to create, is the structure, and it has to start with the society, it has to start with the practitioner itself. So even you as a practitioner, don't think only about needles, think about how can I grow as a profession. And I see that more and more people are getting interested in acupuncture. We just need to create a way for them to reach out to schools. Yes. We just need to create a way for people to know what is an acupuncture, and at the same time create a level where it's accepted by healthcare, it's accepted by hospitals, because then you start to have other ways for you to practice. Yeah. And not only just open a clinic.
Yeah, completely. Vale, chicos, pues esta ha sido la entrevista. Yo creo que ha ido muy bien, súper interesante. Y nada, Ricardo, gracias por tu trabajo y por estar aquí. Venga.